Hey guys, it has been a little bit since I've done another video because that video was very long. It took me a long time to make it, and I just took a little bit of a break, and I'm just gonna be doing a little update quickly before I start this video. I'm gonna be doing something with the channel where I only post one video a week, but they're not gonna be like my usual short videos. They're gonna be sort of extended videos, at least 10 minutes long a week. So hopefully you'll like it. And the game I'm gonna be reviewing, or sort of like an impressions video on Shadow. I recently got it. I believe it's a new game that came out not recently, and I'm gonna be talking about my thoughts on it so far. I think I have enough to do a review on the game, but I haven't finished it, so I'm calling this a first impressions video. I don't really like to do a video until I've completely finished it, or like a review until I've finished it. But it's gonna take me a long time to finish this game, and I can tell you why. So the reason which Cyber Shout, this game is very very hard, and especially with like completing the game. I know that some people like to complete the games 100%. You're never gonna It's gonna be very very hard to complete this game without you screaming at your controller, throwing it on the floor, or doing something like that. Don't throw your controller on the floor, because then they will break, and Joy-Cons cost a lot of money. But anyway, Cyber Shadow is a game that was, I believe it was made by one person originally, and then a very big company, I believe the company that made Shovel Knight, another great game, they took that idea and they made it, and they basically helped make the game and do everything with that. And Shovel Knight was a very good game already, so you could probably see where I'm going with this. This game is very good. I really like it. It's like weird because it's so hard, but yet you have enjoyment in that sort of frustrating feeling. There's some sense of enjoyment when you, or like achievement. You feel like you achieved a goal when you have beaten that boss or gone through that little area in a level, and it's very cool to see that happen. I'll talk about the story a little bit later. But with this game you play as basically a ninja, and you get these different sword abilities. So like you could upgrade your abilities by earning these like points, and these points can help you maybe get a special type of power. I believe there's one that it makes your sword. I don't know. I believe it extends your sword or something, and then there's another one where it's like a shuriken, but like a big shuriken that goes around you as you play, and it's just cool. You could use it different ways to take down enemies, and then especially when it comes to bosses, you might want to keep those with you. And the more you get attacked, the more you will either lose that power ability, or you will just lose it little by little. You're going to lose it eventually because you are going to get hit, and I can say that from personal experience. You will get hit in this game a lot, and you will die a lot in this game, especially if you have not played old games like Mega Man. Like any Mega Man game pretty much is sort of like this, and not a lot, but it is like this. And I find the frustration, or like in a way like the complicatedness of Mega Man from like when I played the NES to this game, like it's very similar in terms of its difficulty. So, or maybe I'm just bad at playing Mega Man. That could be the other possibility. So basically, you get these different sword abilities, and the enemies that you fight, they attack pretty hard. You could take a lot of damage from getting one hit. I believe there's a part, I'm only not gonna be talking about pretty early points in the game because I don't want to spoil that much. But there is a part where you fight this tank, and when you fight this tank, it's like there's a bunch of miniature like gun thingies, and if you get hit with them, you take a lot of damage. You take, at least out of your health bar, you take, I believe, and out of the many shots that it shoots at you, which I believe is 3, you'll take 3 damage for those hits. And that's kind of what makes the game a little more frustrating. Like you're someone who you play as Shadow, who is a ninja, and you're trying to figure out what's going on in the world with all these new inventions, like different robots. I believe there's these bug things, and it's just weird to see it come together, and then these enemies, they do inflict a lot of damage because it's like you're playing as a ninja, and these are actual robots, so it really makes you feel like you're fighting robots. But as you progress through the game, you start to feel like a sort of ninja master in a way. You get to learn all their different moves, all the bad guys' different moves, and you get to learn their weak spots and how to exactly pinpoint the right chance for you to hit them to take them down. And this is something that is very fun about the game, that gives a lot in terms of the sense of progression that it gives off when you play these games. And it's just very fun to see that happen. Strategizing how to beat enemies, especially with the bosses and stuff. You could strategize, and you're very quick and nimble or something around there, and you get to like dodge quickly. If you jump at the right time, you can dodge, and it could help you beat a lot of the enemies in this game, which could eventually help you beat the whole game as a whole. You would really need to get that skill and get that higher, like, I guess, skill points in terms of how you play the game. If you're like the completionist type of person and you want to finish the game totally, because there are these things called feats where they're like different achievements and stuff. But I don't believe that you could replay and fight bosses like again. So you pretty much have to do it like multiple times, play the whole story again multiple times if you want to fight the same bosses. So it is a hard thing to do in terms of if you're trying to complete the game. So I would say I was lucky enough to get past that boss called the Scrambler. He's just a boss in the game. I don't know, I just didn't know how to beat him. But he comes, and then you are fighting him. So it's just and then there's like different achievements for the bosses. So if you want to, you could do those achievements, but then you'll basically be on that forever because they're very hard achievements to get. And this is something I like about the game a lot, and I'm going to be talking about the story next. So in Cyber Shadow, you play as a fallen ninja who seems to have got, like, I guess, amnesia or something from an explosion that took place a long time ago with his clan of ninjas. And this explosion hit him hard. It basically made this whole world go weird and everything. Robot inventions were made by this guy, by a professor who became a robot himself during an explosion that took place, and it just destroyed the whole world. And now these robots are trying to take over the world, and and the people who were in your clan who were lost now the people in the clan who were lost, their powers that they have are used to fuel this whole operation of robots, and it's up to you, the ninja named Shadow, to stop it. And the only reason you're out of there in the first place was because of some little robot that you see, and you have to free your clan master from the clutches of these robots, and also get your other friends, or I guess fallen ninjas. I guess you could get their abilities too as you progress through beating bosses and getting special items, or you could get them. You use their abilities to progress through certain parts in the game. I believe there's a part where you get a shuriken, and you use the shuriken to activate different like buttons or like levers in a way that activate extra panels to come up so you could go across. And this is something that is very fun about the game, to feel, like I said before, to feel like you made an achievement, to feel like you actually were contributing to helping what is going on by beating these hard enemies, like something that you'll spend 30 minutes on. It is very rewarding through what you get out of it, and you get to finish this game and that's pretty much. I remember there was one time there was like it was like an achievement to complete games or like finish very hard games, and this is something that I think Cyber Shadow takes off inspiration from. Like, finishing a very hard game is something that maybe you might see as important. So I definitely want to finish it. I tried to like push myself to finish it because I didn't want to leave the game there and never play it again. Do this video and never play it again. So right now I'm working to try and get up there to the other bosses and things like that, to then earn more skill points and stuff and get extra items, increase my health bar. So far I'm doing pretty good. A lot of deaths, but I am enjoying my time with Cyber Shadow, and I really hope that if you do get the game that you enjoyed too. Also, I'm also one more thing before I'm done. The animations for the pixel like art in a way is really, it's really cool. I remember how I looked at it. I was wondering how they made that with pixels. It was just so weird. It looked very nice for it looked very nice for a game that looks not that looks like a Sonic game on the outside. It just very detailed images that you could see, especially with the robots. That it's very cool to see what happens. Like there's certain those parts are mostly with the cutscenes, but you still see it, and it looks pretty cool. And I have to say, if you are gonna get Cyber Shadow, I really hope that you enjoy it. It is a great game, and I'm gonna be doing this new part of the video where I talk about where I quickly just give an announcement of the next game I'm reviewing. And the next game I'm reviewing was gonna be Animal Crossing, but I think it could wait a little bit because I finished two pixel games, like two pixel type games I really want to talk about. So the next video on J02 Reviews is gonna be a review of Inmost, a game that I recently played and finished. And with that, guys, this is the end of the video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to J02 Reviews, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Well, see you next week for another video on my review of Inmost. Goodbye.